What is going on, Shiba Army? It is Ahmed and I am back today with yet another video for you all. And today we're going to talk about Shiba Inu and token burn. If you guys can see, the price action for today is still again trading sideways, consolidating. Looks like we reached the bottom yet again, 611 Satoshi units. Bounced off that support line, well on our way to 630. But again, just awaiting catalyst. Nothing too exciting at all regarding price action. But I'm really happy with what we've been seeing as of this morning. So let's see where this goes. No excitement quite yet. Just looking at the market slowly but surely rebounding. Everything today is starting to open up in the green. Bitcoin approaching 39K again. Ethereum heading towards 2600. BNB towards 330. So again, overall, things are starting to look a little bit better. But again, nothing too exciting yet because we don't have any catalysts that have been, announced or anything too exciting there. Bitcoin fear and greed index currently sitting at 42. So again, a little bit more fear in the market than there is greed as of this morning. So we saw we were slowly but surely getting closer and closer to the stronger greed levels. So we saw all the way to 70, 75 we were approaching, and now things are pulling back down due to a little bit of FUD circulating the entire market. So for me, I'm not too worried about FUD. Now, before I continue on to the video and talk about token burn, on a Reddit post that I actually read, and shout out to the Shiba Informer for retweeting it, I do want to mention the link in the description below for Webull. So you can get your 2 free stocks when you deposit $5 into your Webull brokerage account. But if you want to support me in any way, shape, or form, just deposit 1 cent, 1 cent that is, a penny, into your brokerage account, which in turn will also help me get 1 free stock. So if you want to help your boy in any way, shape, or form, click the link in the description, get your free money up to $2,300, and let's go ahead and get started. So the Shiba Informer retweeted, said a great discussion about burning in this Reddit thread. I read through and I was pretty impressed. So a big shout out to Mr. Cannabis, I think it is. Sent this tweet out, said, let's talk about burning using data, not emotions, a technical analysis of burning and its impact on the value of coin over time. So everyone wants burn because right now SHIB's price action has been stalling. People have been worried. People are just concerned about why are we running sideways. So again, stalled growth. And he mentioned this and he kind of talked about a few different things. And he says any panic over a 16-day stall just weeks after the launch of a DEX has historically precedented and it's not uncommon nor unexpected. You can go back to many of the writings on the subject. Let's just, for the sake of argument, consider that stall is a blow to the coin. Now, remember, we looked at other DEXs that were released and what happened to the tokens that are associated with their ecosystems. SushiSwap, PancakeSwap, all the others. And typically we see a significant price bump with a significant price sell-off. So if you've been following me in any way, shape, or form on the channel, we know that this is the case. So why has SHIB stalled? People want to know what is the answer. So volume-wise, aka trading between hands in the market, has continued to show substantial amounts. There are a lot of people trading and selling, trading and selling, trading, selling. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. But the problem is it's a low percentage relative to the total circulating volume that are out there. The one thing that he mentioned and why SHIB has stalled is, one thing that I want to touch on is the fact that people aren't understanding that trading volume does not affect price action. Supply and demand does, right? So in order for supply and demand forces to work, we must introduce more demand. We certainly have the supply, so that is not an issue. The demand for the coin has not gone up, and that is the reason that the token is currently stalling. So very, very well said. Again, just kind of reiterating some things that I've mentioned throughout. It's not the trading volume that will affect the price action. It's literally basic economics, supply and demand curves. If there's a lot of circulating supply and not enough demand, the price action will not bump up. Now, if the supply is not enough for the demand to get met, what happens over time? The price begins to bump up. Look, for example, at the housing market. What has been happening right now? Houses are not for sale. You guys know I love this analogy. Houses are currently, there's not enough for sale, but the demand is very high. So what's that causing? A slow but sure gradual increase in the price, the housing market, in the cost of houses. So right now, a $200,000 house pre-pandemic, current day, because of the demand, is probably worth $240,000, $250,000. That is a huge premium people are willing to pay to buy houses for, because again, the supply does not meet the demand. There's way too much demand. Now, will burn fix the issue of the stall in price? And I think this is the thing that I really, really like about this article. right? And he says here, that is the $1,000,000 question. For that, we will have to look at a number of data points. There's certainly the argument that advertising a burn may possibly pique some interest in SHIB simply because the market impact of advertising a burn associated with a crypto. Burn is certainly a term that attracts people to coins. At least that is what you are. That's what you are led to believe. From some of the YouTube personalities and crypto journalists. But is that actually true? So we know what happens with token burn. Token burn ultimately will end up doing what? It will bring down the amount of supply, and if demand maintains itself based on a supply-demand curve, it should ultimately cause an increase in price. So here's some evidence that he wants to share. Let's look at the newest darling to the moon brigade, which is Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu's biggest allure is the fact that they have a 2% burn, 2% reward system. But has that advertised burn system actually caused growth in the coin? Have people flock to the coin because of their hugely marketed and promoted burn feature? The data says no. Despite a relentless social media campaign for over 3 weeks and the all-time high peak just 5 days ago, Shiba Inu holder growth has not outpaced the medium growth of the coin at the same price point that do no feature burns. So if we look at yearly performance data of coins that do have token burns and those that do not, you can go. Let's see. For that, I go to on-chain. So he adds a little bit of a hyperlink there, and he says, look at the yearly performance index for some of the high-profile coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, etc., and who have not done burns, who haven't done burns, or Binance, VeChain, XRP, 3 large coins that do feature burns. Clearly, if the burns are the answers to driving coin price, and data should show that, right? It does not. Currently, there's no strong correlation between those that have token burn versus those that do not. Coin volatility rate is an expression of how stable of growth an asset has over time. If burning did impact coin's ability to grow, then the data would show that. But unfortunately, it does not. Over a 1 year period, the annual volatility rate for all 7 coins was almost the exact same, 0.08. Now, mind you, this is looking at the big tokens, right? So that's one caveat to this that we have to look at. Potential confounder to this information is that these are all some of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Lower market cap, smaller tokens might have a little bit more volatility and more price. Their price action might get affected by burn more so than some of these bigger ones. So coins that featured a burn did not gain any substantial rate over coins that did not feature one. The leading indicator of growth for all 3 coins is the exact same data point: growth of holders. And that's something that SHIB has been seeing significant increases of. So what this all means, again, big shout out to Cannabis, and all it points to is the order for SHIB to begin seeing growth. The number one factor that must increase is the amount of holders for SHIB, which we're seeing. We broke 600,000, well on our way to 700,000. That is the paramount data point. Above all others that fuels growth, every SHIB coin holder can increase their position by 10 million SHIB each. It will barely move the needle in price because it does not match the supply-demand force that drives the price. The supply will be there, and if we burn 50% of the coins tomorrow, there will still be more than enough supply to meet the demand of the current holders. I gotta love it. The only way to organically impact supply-demand force is to bring more holders. At the same time, current holders should continue to bury, stake, or just hold in their wallets their coins. This, in turn, of course, will slow down the supply, and fresh holders will increase the demand. Very well said, Mr. Cannabis. Thank you so much for sharing this on Reddit. Again, guys, if you did like this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, remember, of course, none of my videos are for financial advice. Woof, I'm talking too fast this morning. But I'm always trying to put you guys on the plays that I'm in. So if you guys enjoyed this, let me know. I might do these a little bit more often because there are some fantastic DDs on Reddit. And I thought this ended up shedding some light and alluding to some things that we might have been overlooking. But remember, the biggest thing that I get excited about is exchange listings. Coinbase Pro, Coinbase incoming, hopefully Robinhood, because it's going to increase the access. More holders equals hopefully better price action. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And until next time then, keep investing. Peace.